Virgo, song that's playing for you is Wild Thoughts. So, with that being said, you could be having wild thoughts or somebody having wild thoughts about you, Virgo. Now, whether those wild thoughts, look, you might be in love, and because you having love, your mind going in direction. Your love will make a motherfucker do some crazy shit there, Virgo. I hope you on the positive tip of that crazy shit. Alright, I hope you're not on the negative tip in some way, shape, or form. Or somebody having wild thoughts about you because they in love with you, Virgo, and now they getting a little crazy about it. Conflict. Or if it's on the negative tip, you might be in conflict in some way, shape, or form. And that conflict, you might, I hope you don't do something you're gonna regret, goddamn. Or I hope you already didn't do something you regret. I hope you already didn't do something I think I said that right. When I'm with you, all I get is wild thoughts. So when I'm with you, in a sense where when I'm in this space, mental space, when I'm in this feeling, when I'm in this vibe, when I'm in this mood, I got my mind goes a direction you say you can't control in some way, shape, or form, Virgo. Or that's what somebody telling you. Or you can't help but feel this way or think this way when you're in this space with this person or these people. And whether you flocking with the right crowd or the wrong crowd, you want to put your foot in the shoe that fits you. I hope, like I said, I hope they positive wild thoughts, Virgo. They might not be positive wild thoughts, Virgo. Ace of Coins in reverse. You might already acted on one of these mentalities. That's the coin. That's solid. That's either third dimensional tangible items or that's the fucking mind, yo. Now, which one? Well, you might be caught up in your head because of some wild thoughts. Wild actions, God damn it. You invested in one of these ideas. You had a crazy idea and you actually went with it. You actually ran with it. And now that only put you caught up in your own mentality. Now, or you actually caught up in a third dimensional situation. I was being caught up in no third dimensional shit. I just hope you in the sense where you learning your lesson from what you did. You feel me? Because you replaying everything that has manifested because of that one action. All right, you learning basically. Now you know. Now that you know better, you can do better. Yeah, look, because you took an action when you were lost in your feelings about some shit. You were lost in your emotions about a situation. It was the sun upright. It was lost in your emotions about a situation and or subject, topic, relationship, friendship, family member. Put your foot in the shoe that fits you. You didn't know how to feel about something, so you did. So it's like whether you were lost and you just thought you could just do anything, or because you didn't know how to, it's like you wanted to feel something. You wanted some sort of clarity in some way, shape, or form, but how you went about obtaining that clarity was based upon a wild idea, a wild imagination, a wild mind, a lower mind, a bad idea, a bad mentality. So you expressed something from when you were in your wild state, your root chakra, and that it didn't manifest anything positive for you. And look, you invested in something thinking it would yield positive results, or you still might be waiting for the return on this action. You could have planted the seed. You could be lost. It's like you could be lost in your emotions, and because you were lost in your emotions, you didn't know how to feel about someone or something. You took an action to find out how you feel about someone or something. All you know about this thing is it makes you feel. You're not sure why you feel when you're here, but you know you feel, so you express something. Now, what that expression was a lower, it's like a low, it was a wild root. It was a lower mentality. It was a lower idea. It was like, just to see, it's like you just wanted to test the waters in a space and or a situation, so to speak. So you took an action, but that action wasn't honest. Now, you may have taken that action to wait for the return, but I don't think the return gonna come back the way you wanted to, because now it's like you restless now. You can't stop thinking about what you did, what you expressed, or the wild things you invested in, or the wild ideas or things you said in a situation. Whether you said something, you did something energetically, or you did something third dimension, you don't have to put your foot in the shoe that fits you. You did something when you was lost in your feelings, though. Or you just did something because you wanted to get a better understanding of your emotions, but what you did only put you in a deeper state of confusion, emotional confusion about a situation. It ain't help you. What you expressed emotionally didn't help you if it's you versus someone outside of you, devil in reverse. It's like You could have expressed something that put someone in the situation to invest in a different direction outside of the space they share with you because of what you did, what you said, what you expressed, what you invested in. Look, the mind, the mentality you were holding on to, what you emotionally expressed when you were lost in your feelings because you thought this was a good mentality. You thought because it's like you made a heaven and hell. You were in a rough patch. You built a mentality there, and you started developing other forms there. You started developing things you can do and say in your external realm that will fill up or add furniture to the home you built mentally. Add justifications to why you should think like this, why you should express this mentality. So then you took that action to gain that justification because you thought this was something good for you. That was the heaven and the hell part, and you only got yourself caught up in the situation. And if it's you versus someone outside of you could have removed themselves from the space with you, and it's like they're investing in a whole different type of path because they see the space they share. It's like the whatever ace of coins in reverse, whatever bad mentality, whatever bad seed you planted, they see that shit ain't gonna sprout nothing but burdens. It ain't gonna be a positive yield on investment. What's wrong with this? No frauds. And shit, you might have been a fraud. I hope you ain't committing no sort of love. If we talking third dimensional, you could have did some sort of fraud there, Virgo. I hope that ain't the case. Cause then now I see why you stressing. Cause you could be locked up on some shit. You don't put your foot in the shoe that fits you, Virgo. You know who or what you be shaking hands, yeah, I told you burdened. Cause someone was lying. You got the Ace of Swords, the King of Swords, and the High Priestess. And guess what was behind the High Priestess? The fucking Two of Coins in reverse. Someone was lying. And now that someone ain't if it's you versus someone outside of you is no longer accepting frauds, no longer accepting false people or false energies in their environment. And the mentality you expressed, you put out there, and you only put this expression out there because you didn't know how to feel about something or someone, or you were just lost in your emotions about something. You were overwhelmed with emotions when it came to this because you didn't understand those feelings. You expressed something, and now you're a fraud in that person's eyes. Or if it's third dimensional and it's you versus you might have did something you wish you didn't do for some sort of I don't want to say justification, but it can be. That could be a shoe for somebody. It's like you wanted some sort of put your foot in the shoe that fits you, Virgo. It's like you was trying to prove a point, or you wanted. It's like you wanted someone to support your bad habits in some way, shape, or form, or you wanted someone to support something that didn't make sense. If it's you versus someone outside of you, and someone outside of you have made the decision because it's like you kept trying to get them to support a mentality or support something that wasn't stable, but you thought it was stable. You wanted it to be stable, so you kept expressing it in a sense where you wanted someone to invest in it. Now it's like someone could have just put the whole situation down because they realized they seen you or they received you as a fraud, who or whatever they is. Now you in conflict because you're not over something. You're burdened. All these cards out here, it's a whole lot of cards and they ain't good ones. So you put your foot in the shoe that fits you, Virgo. You know what you was doing. So look, whether you were manipulated into thinking this mentality was a good mentality, and only for you to later find out that you should have never went down that road because now you caught up in some shit you don't want to be caught up in. Whether it's you're caught up in the image, you don't want to be seen or known like this anymore. You want to move in a different direction, but you so deeply rooted in this face, in this mask, you can't just take it off. And that's only because you let somebody manipulate you, or you were the manipulator and you tried to manipulate a situation, and you only put yourself in a situation you can't pull yourself out of. And that's because you were emotionally confused. You were expressing your lostness. You were expressing your confusion. And that only puts you in a state of, you in a sticky situation now. Whether you're in a relationship you don't want to be in, whether you're in a friendship, you done did things with this friend you wish you never did. And now it's like, it's between you and this friend and you don't want to be a part of it because you may realize you can't trust that person. Because now someone's trying to turn a new leaf, or someone wants to turn a new leaf, and them turning a new leaf involves clearing the air in regards to the situation they involve themselves in with you. And now you might be caught up because it's like this person's gonna expose you in some way, shape, or form. As long as sauce it up, put your foot in the shoe that fit. Yeah, look, you may be in a whole lot of regret because something you invested in was never. So I told you somebody might expose. Look, all the shit you was doing. Someone know all your secrets if it's a friendship type shit. And they switching up on you. If that's another shoe, there's I put through a whole bunch of selections, a whole bunch of sizes. You have to put your foot in the one that fits you.